Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to the channel update for December 2016. It's that time of the year once again, that magical time when Michael Bublé comes around and farts on all of your presents. It's Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, and it's been a busy month or so since the last channel update for me because I have moved house. I have uprooted myself from one end of the town that I live in to the other end of the town, and it's not been too long since I've actually managed to get a proper internet connection up and running again. But this is a pretty sweet deal that I've got going now. Where previously I was on a pretty middling connection, my uploads would take several hours to go through. The thing that I'm on now is an absolute powerhouse. Now, try this number on for size. It may not mean a lot to a lot of you, but 20 megabits per second upload rate. Just let that sink in for a moment. That means that, on average, a 1 gig video file will only about take me 10 minutes. 10 minutes, tops, to go up. That's quicker than it takes for YouTube to actually process the video on the opposite side. That's kind of insane. And to be perfectly honest, it's something that I'm still trying to get used to because I was so entrenched in my old habits that I keep thinking that, right, I've rendered this video, now I'm going to have to plan the upload. I'm going to have to leave my computer on overnight so I can wake up in the morning and then maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, the upload will be done. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I have to keep reminding myself that I don't have to worry about that anymore. I could set an upload going now, go make a cup of tea, and come back, and there it is. It's done. It's ready. And I suddenly have all of this free time. It's kind of awesome. It's certainly a sharp contrast from the period before I got this connection installed, because I didn't have any access to the internet whatsoever. The brief moments that I did get access was when I was near enough to someone's free Wi-Fi. I didn't even have data on my phone in the new place, because I'm on pay-as-you-go, and I burned through that data really quick. Really goddamn quick. And I suddenly found myself having to occupy myself with some very strange and unusual activities, one of which was going outside. That was a strange one. Did you know there's like an entire world out there? You can actually walk around it and talk to people and buy stuff. It's weird. It's strange. Have you heard of these things called books? Like printed on paper. There's words on there and everything, and there's stories. I read a lot of books while I didn't have the internet. And there's this other thing. This is probably the strangest thing out of all of them. It's something called exercise. It's supposed to make you feel healthier, I guess. But anyway, I've forgotten all about that now that I have the internet back. We can all warm ourselves on the glow of the internet and just the infinite happiness that internet cat videos provide. But another thing that this new spiffing internet connection has enabled me to do is begin Twitch streaming. This is something that I have been very, very eager to do for quite a long time, but I've never really had a decent enough internet connection to give it a shot. All the stuff I've had was like pitifully slow in the upload department, but now I've got upload overkill, and apparently usage isn't really a problem on the connection that I've got here. So I could stream 24 hours a day for as long as I wanted, if I so chose. But then I'd probably find that a little bit weird. So in the meantime, I'll be doing sessions of Doom Mod Madness live. Still working out the schedule. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to pencil it in. I'm trying to figure out where in my week I can fit in the live streams. But it's not just going to be Doom either. I play a vast selection of video games, and I'm eager to live stream those as well, showcase my fail for all of the world to see, and it'd just be really nice to interact with you folks live. So if you're interested, there is a Twitch link in the description below. Feel free to visit my page. I'll hopefully have a few broadcasts archived, so if you click on the video tab on my Twitch page, there should be a few archived broadcasts already up there for you to watch. So yeah, give it a whirl, see what you think. Hopefully you enjoy the kind of stuff I'm doing there enough to maybe follow me on Twitch too. I'd greatly appreciate it, and hopefully together these two things, my YouTube channel and Twitch, can complement each other. Sometimes I might, for example, do research streams over on Twitch where I check out a bunch of new mods, one of which might actually be featured in that week's edition of Doom Mod Madness on the Friday. But yeah, it's all up in the air in the moment. I haven't really nailed down the schedule yet, as I've already said, but it's an adventure, it's a learning experience, and I'm greatly looking forward to seeing what the future has to hold in that regard. In terms of other stuff I'd like to talk about, well, it's kind of a tricky one, really, because I've been out of the loop for a fair few weeks. I've been without the internet, I've not been able to catch up on any announcements, on any happenings. The only other thing I really got wind of was a lot of people were kind of upset with YouTube recently, where a lot of people were discovering some sort of bug where YouTube would unsubscribe them from channels that they actually wanted to follow, and I did a little bit of digging around. I couldn't really see any aberrations in my figures that would lead me to believe that any of you guys were being automatically unsubbed from my channel, but you might as well check just in case. Can't hurt, because if you actually do want to follow my stuff and you're finding that my videos aren't popping up in the sub box, then you might want to check that you are actually still subscribed to the channel. But personally, I can't say it's an issue that's massively affected me, but from the noise bouncing around YouTube, it's certainly an issue that's affected a fair few YouTubers, certainly a few prominent ones as well. In terms of video games that have come out recently, I was quite interested in that Warhammer 40k game, the Space Hulk Deathwing release. And I've been on the fence about this one for quite a while, because on one hand, it looks fantastic. It looks like an utterly brilliant idea, and I was quite happy with Vermintide. That was something that really tickled my fancy. It was Warhammer Left 4 Dead, essentially. And they were going to do the same thing for Space Marines, and I was all over that. I was all over that. But I kept hearing a few troubling things from various streamers, various YouTubers, that the performance was kind of dog shit on this thing, that it would randomly bounce up and down. There was not a lot of consistency. I mean, sure, it looked fantastic, it looked beautiful in some regards, but there was something not quite all that fantastic going on under the hood. And I've been watching a fair few live streams as well. I've really been diving into it and seeing the live gameplay of other people, and it's kind of cooled down my enthusiasm for Deathwing. It looks alright, but it looks like it needed a little bit more. For example, it doesn't have like anything resembling a decent co-op mode. I mean, sure, you can play co-op online with other people, but apparently it is a real massive pain in the ass. And to me, that kind of game looks tailor-made for online co-op. You know, 4-player co-op, striding through a Space Hulk wreck, blasting the shit out of Gene Stealers with Dakka machine guns. It's like a no-brainer, but apparently they just didn't go there. So yeah, I'm waiting for a sale. I'm waiting for a sale on that particular baby. The other game that I've spotted, I've been watching a lot of Man vs. Game on Twitch, and he's currently been playing Let It Die, which is a free-to-play game on the PlayStation 4, and I didn't know how much I wanted it till I started watching the live streams. It looks great. It's like a sped-up Dark Souls. It looks insane. It's got a bit of a Suda51 vibe to it. Same developer house, I think. And it's free to play. It's free to play, which should set off all sorts of alarm bells. Additional to that, it's exclusive to the PlayStation 4, which sets off even more alarm bells, because as far as I can tell, if you want to use any of the online functionality, now correct me if I'm wrong on this, you actually have to have the PlayStation Plus subscription in order to use the online functionality now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, in the past, I know that wasn't the case, but now I think it's a little bit different. So basically, if I want to play Let It Die, I'd have to buy a PlayStation 4. You know, I could get one used, about 180 quid. I could then sign up to PlayStation Plus, which is what, I don't know, 50 quid for a year? And then all of that just in service of playing a free-to-play game. It tugs at my soul, goddammit. I really want to play it, but the methods, the hoops that I'd have to jump through in order to do it, just everything about that process feels wrong. But You never know, I might get lucky this Christmas. I might end up with a PlayStation 4 under the TV, and hey, I might start live streaming some PlayStation 4 stuff as well. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, that pretty much covers it for this month or so, and that leaves one last very important thing for me to deal with, and that is, of course, my big, badass shout-out for my channel patrons. Thank you very much to Ben Rosenberg, Incursion Gerbil, JMAA, and Fenrir Wolf. Your contributions are massively appreciated. And of course, let's not forget my Loon tier patrons as well, though they are on screen. Thank you very much for supporting Icarus Lives. And anyone else out there, if you fancy supporting me via Patreon, the link is in the description below. And who knows, maybe you'll have me yell out your name in a ridiculous fashion next month. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. This has been the channel update for December 2016. I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you get all of the lovely, wonderful, awesome video gamey things that you asked for. This has been Mr. Icarus. Icarus out.